ladies and gentlemen, Scotty P here, Panini Podcast, going direct, here for a special holiday edition. Last week we were off celebrating our man Tracy Hackler, but I didn't want to go another week without getting on here and just kind of talking about some of the new releases that are coming up and even some of the things that have kind of moved out. I know that's something that everybody wants to know and is on everybody's mind. So I'm going to hit that, keep it kind of short and sweet, but you have to hang on. You have to hang in there because joining me right after the intro, so stick, it's not even going to be that long. You got to hang in there. I have maybe one of the most special guests I've been able to get on the show. The one, the only Santa Claus. I don't know how I did it. He was busy, and you're just going to have to stay tuned to see what he says about collecting, what he says about things coming up, and even what he has to say about me, which isn't all that flattering. But hey, it is what it is. All I wanted for Christmas is my one front tooth, which is why I'm hanging in there. But, let me just get to some new release stuff. I know you guys have been wondering. There's a lot going on here towards the end of the year. Some coming out, some going to get shifted. But let me hit. I know last week, like I said, we weren't on. So I don't want to breeze past the fact that we had Flux, Impeccable Football, and Contenders Baseball come out. So that's already out there. Gobble it up while you can. It won't last long. But this week, one of my favorite products of the year, one I actually worked on the first releases of, little true story that some people don't know, is I actually helped put together the first Triple E that we ever did, which is why you see things in there other than baseball. Hint, hint. But man, it's always a fun set. A lot of prospecting in there. And Triple E is always one of the biggest sets we do a year during the year. So I know that is going to be highly anticipated. Also, we have Donruss Soccer. I know there's some good road to the World Cup stuff there. We got a big year coming up next year with World Cup. So get that there while it's out. Flawless Baseball, Illusions Football. And then coming up next week, and I always like to tease what I know a lot of people have been looking forward to. And one of the things I probably heard more about than any launch that we got coming is UFC Immaculate. Man, I've seen the buzz on the checklist. There's some super tough cards out there, and it's going to be fun. And next week, I'm going to tease it. We're going to get the guy who put the set together, Lucas Kinzer, on to talk UFC Immaculate. We're going to open a couple of boxes, hopefully. So make sure to tune in then. And then the one that I've been trying to keep everybody informed on, Treasures Racing, is going to get moved out. Just wanted to let you know that because I know there's been a lot of buzz about it. So just wanted to hit that on there. And then last but not least, I wanted to hit some NFT stuff. I'm sure you saw there were National Treasures UFC out this week. That was pretty cool. So next week, we got a lot. Mosaic Football Genesis and Nebulous Parallels, as well as a glass insert. And we're also going to follow it up with some Chronicles Gold and Black Parallel packs. So make sure to check out the NFT world. Make sure to keep checking out Instant. Lots of crazy moments, especially during this time of year around the holidays with so much sports going on for football and basketball. Stay tuned to the latest and greatest Instant stuff. But coming up right now, in 3, 2, 1, my interview with the one, the only Santa. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, everybody. And we'll look forward to seeing you. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're back here on the Panini Podcast. I hinted towards it in the intro that we were going to have a special guest on. I'm telling you, it took all of my negotiating skills to get this guest on. I know he's busy. I know that we only have a few days left here this week to get him on. So I wanted to get him just before we got to Christmas. But ladies and gentlemen, joining us on the Panini Going Direct hotline, Santa. Santa, how you doing?
Hold on. Honey, bring me some more chocolate chips. The cookies are a little low. I got 14 in here. Let's go. Stevie! Oh, good to see you, Stevie.
Well, Scotty, but that's okay, Santa. So how you doing? How's it going this week as we get ready for go time?
Well, Sydney, it is go time.
God.
We had a party last night. I had the elves out in the atrium.
Yeah.
It's 24/7, but for 1 hour, we brought in we broke the budget.
Okay.
We brought in Elvis Presley. That's a little Santa humor for you there.
Yeah.
We're a little tired this morning, to be honest with you. The head's pounding. I hit the eggnog a little hard last night. A little hard.
A little.
Honey, bring me another cup of that. Just sip half and half.
Well, I mean, we're getting close to go time. I don't know if you should have been going at it that hard, but I'm glad you're ready. I'm glad you're joining us. Just a few questions for you. I mean, I know we don't have much time, but I wanted to ask you.
I always make time for my Panini family.
Well, we appreciate that, Santa. And speaking of Panini, well, who do you collect, Santa?
Well, I'll tell you, Stormy, what I do. I'm very targeted in what I do. I love sports, as you know, from our previous conversations.
Yeah.
And I have a particular athlete in each sport. In football, probably not the most popular guy, but for me, Kyle Rudolph. Rudolph is the tight end for the Giants, and I find him very talented, and I have all of his cards. One of your former partners in crime as a young man, Nerlens Noel.
Yes.
Nerlens Noel is my basketball guy.
That's your basketball go-to. Okay.
Basketball guy, and then of course in baseball, I've always been a great Santa Koufax fan. And those are the guys. Those are the guys for me, Sterling. And I think it's a solid group.
Scotty, well, that's a great group, Santa, and man, pretty awesome. Well, you mentioned sports, and we mentioned collecting, but what kind of an athlete were you growing up?
Well, I was an outstanding athlete. I played all sports. You talk about frozen tundra. Green Bay, we call that spring up here, but
yeah,
hard to believe. Even though the field conditions were not ripe, football is my favorite sport. We still have an intramural league among the elves here, and I'm sort of a defensive specialist, but I still get out there with the young ones and the little ones, and I play. I'm pretty nimble. Nimble.
What position do you play? You said defensive specialist.
I'm a linebacker. I'm a third down specialist, and I think it should make sense to you. You know why? You know what I'm known for, don't you?
Well, why, Santa?
Blitzing. Mrs. Claus, keep the nog coming. Keep the nog. And make sure those elves are not slacking off.
You're blitzing. I like it. Don't you think you're a little big?
It's the most wonderful time of the year, Shaquille. I mean,
it's Scott, but don't you think you're a little big? I mean, to play linebacker, and you're playing against elves.
Well, yeah, I'm also a Seinfeld fan, and I was inspired when Kramer learned karate. And the group he played against, you have to be a Seinfeld fan to know that even though you're the biggest, you still compete on the same level as they do. And if they can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen and get back on the assembly line is what I always tell them. I give them 20 minutes to play a game, so quit complaining. Those guys always trying to go union on me, and I'll tell you what, Spalding, I don't appreciate it.
Well, Scotty, but thank you, Santa. But I am familiar with that Seinfeld episode, and yeah, I mean, I guess as long as you're winning, that's all that matters. It seems a little unfair, the competition, but okay. I mean,
well, we talked about my career, and I don't like to talk about me, Scorpio, but what
Scott,
I am a football fan, but I'm also a baseball fan. So I'm glad that the particular card that you, I believe this was in your mind, Sheldon. So I give it to you on a Black Friday. You're in charge of the Black Friday cards. Am I correct in that?
Yeah, I was. And
I knew you were the man. But if you remember, Smokey, the one you did several years ago in the Panini collection card of me as a baseball player.
We're showing that on the screen. Yes.
I tell you why I like that card.
Why is that?
First of all, if you
Because
take
I made it?
I'm sorry?
Because I made it?
Well, that's part of the reason, Sonny, but there are a few things in that card. First of all, if you remember when we did that card, it was for Black Friday, but that photo shoot was way back in the summer, and that's when I tried to lose a little weight at that time. I don't eat as many cookies at that time. I've had my vacation.
You did look slim.
And I try to be a little slimmer, but you take a close look at that card, and I don't know if the collectors noticed what you did on that one, Santana, but I did, and that is you left my wedding ring on my finger.
Oh.
The wedding ring is on my finger, and Mrs. Claus and I, let me just say that Mrs. Claus may have given me an off-season Christmas present when she saw that card. That's all I'm going to say about that, Seamus, because, you know, what happens at the North Pole stays at the North Pole.
That's really not a visual that I want, but okay. But well, I appreciate
happy
that.
wife, happy life, as you know.
Yeah,
if you take a look at my grip, that was the year that I was working on my changeup, and you can tell in there. You can tell. Just look at the position of the ball. I was working on my changeup there, and that was the last photo that I had made, Smitty, before I had my laser surgery. So I'm wearing my glasses, and now I only need reading glasses. So all of that makes that particular card very special to your old pal Santa, Smitty.
Well, Scott, but I appreciate that. Well, thank you for that background on that card. I mean, I do remember that photo shoot. I didn't know all the details behind all that, so I appreciate you sharing that with us. And
well, Santa never forgets a thing, Scout. Never forgets a thing.
Never? Well,
no.
I mean,
which leads me to a bit of a dark conversation that you and I need to have here.
Okay.
I know it's the most wonderful time of the year, but for me, I can't think of anyone in my long, dedicated career who has caused me to change my gloves more often than you. Because when I left here, what is your dad's name again?
My dad?
It doesn't matter what your dad's name is. Hey, Santa reads the papers.
Yeah.
We get papers up here still, and I know about the WWE contract, and I'm a big rock fan.
Yeah, we're excited. Yes, we're excited about that. That's coming in 2022. But
excuse me, hold 1 second. The eggnog is smooth in the morning.
Well, I thought you had too much last night, though. I mean,
you can never have enough eggnog, though, can you?
I guess they say hair of the dog.
I remember your wedding. So the news from your wedding.
Yeah.
So, most people know me as a white glove figure.
Yeah.
By the time I would leave your house, I'm checking your file. Most kids, at least in America, we have a file. It's a small file.
Yeah.
For you, we have a file cabinet.
I was kind of like, hoping we wouldn't get into that, but okay.
Well, Smokey, I'm telling you, it's a pretty big list that we have for you.
God.
But I was going through there last night, and I actually have what you would call game-worn gloves. Probably 7 or 8 pair in there from attempts to deliver at your home on Christmas Eve. Because of the amount of coal I left you, you could have made ribeyes for the entire neighborhood with what I had to leave you.
Yeah, I do remember that. And,
well,
I thought it was a little unfair. I mean, I was an okay kid, but
well, what you remember is the work of your sainted father. Because I'll tell you, Sammy, he spent some long distance phone calls talking to me on the 23rd and even into the day on the 24th when I'm making preparations, putting on my new red suit, heading off in my sleigh to make sure that I at least left you something. But the coal that I had on my gloves ruined them. And gloves are not cheap. And I would have stopped completely, but through the years, he would sit. I want to commend you on some people bail on me, but you stayed with me in your belief
Yes.
through your adult years, and he sent me over the course of the years. And I think Stacy is the one who, Stacy Heckner or whatever.
Yeah. Tracy,
Stacy.
Tracy, but
Yeah, crazy Stacy, and he would send me a
Tracy.
Rated Rookie shirt, a Donruss shirt, a Panini shirt. I'm decked out. Once Christmas is over, I'm branded, baby.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, Santa.
And that's what allowed you to get one on that 1 year. I was able to get you 2 things on Christmas morning.
Yes. I do remember that.
That and the fact that the last 20 years or so, I do appreciate your dad, whatever his name is.
Well, it's rich, but
because I would stop by his house and he would have some barbecue set out for me. You can eat only so many cookies on a.
I know, that's great, man. My pops always thinks outside the box.
Your dad has taken care of not
Well, who's there?
Honda.
Honda who?
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge.
Man. You got me on that one,
Good
Santa.
eggnog.
Well, I'll tell you what, Santa. I have one wish this Christmas, and I know all the people out there have seen it, and that's all I want for Christmas is one of my teeth.
Well, let's bargain. All I want for Christmas is some national treasures, perhaps a few Luca autographs. Maybe, I know we've got some Flawless coming out, and I think you have my address.
I do. I'm going to put some in the mail. Attention, North Pole.
Overnight.
Yes.
Overnight, because we're running out of time. And so if you want what you want, old Santa likes to be greased.
Well, Santa, I thank you so much for joining us. I know you're busy.
I am, Sean. I'm very busy.
Scott,
very busy.
It's Scott. But, man, I hope you stop by my house. You drop up a tooth. But one thing I know for sure is that you're going to be dropping by a lot of collectors' houses this year. And you're going to be making a lot of kids happy. So thank you, Santa.
You're welcome, for joining us. Sushi, it has been a pleasure to be with you. I will be by your house. I'm bringing you girls something.
Oh, thank you, Santa.
I'm bringing your wife something.
Yes, please.
As I always do.
Yes, that's what's so cool about you.
The jury is out on you, but again, that's Santa Claus, North Pole. If I get it, Saddam, you're in.
What's Scott? But okay, thank you, Santa. I mean, I appreciate it.
Hey, Merry Christmas to every collector. Merry Christmas to my Panini friends. And we'll be seeing most of you shortly.
Santa out.